Hey everyone, Holly here and welcome back. Today I'm doing an honest review of my Divemaster experience. The wins, what I do differently, we're covering it all today. So here are my 10 best tips if you're thinking about this path. Let's get into it. Tip number 1 is to know what you're signing up for. The Divemaster path isn't just beach days and diving, it's carrying tanks, long hours, early mornings, and it's incredible if you're mentally ready to commit to that. Tip number 2, if you can, get a lot of fun diving experience before going pro. I personally went from Advanced Cert in Canada straight into rescue, then Divemaster, then instructor. Looking back, I wish I'd taken a bit more time in between to enjoy fun diving, assist with more courses, and just gain a bit more experience for myself in various conditions, because I think that would have allowed me to get even more out of the program. Tip number 3 is to research your location carefully. There's a chance you might end up staying there. Your shop and the location that you choose shape everything. A lot of instructors or even dive masters that I met over the past few years ended up staying and working longer term in the place that they did their dive master, purely because they had a big network there after their dive master, so several opportunities came up. The other thing to keep in mind is you want to make sure there's medical support. A lot of really cool dive locations are fantastic, but they can be really rural and remote, so just double check that there is some basic support in case there's an infection or ear problem, etc., because that's going to make your dive master experience a lot more comfortable as well. Tip number 4 would be to choose a smaller shop when possible. Ask the shop owners how many trainees they typically take at once, talk to previous dive masters, and be wary of shops that take more than a couple dive masters at a time. Big shops can mean less time in the water for you, as well as less individual attention, and really fewer opportunities to let you guide and lead. Tip number 5 is to be aware of the conditions you'll be training in. I ended up training somewhere with strong currents. It was very stressful at times, but it absolutely pushed me out of my comfort zone. If you're not ready for advanced conditions, choose a location that has perhaps calmer waters. If you are ready for that, it's an amazing growth opportunity, but it's good to just be mindful and do some research around the conditions. Tip number 6 is to not buy all of your gear up front, even though I know it's super tempting to do so. You do not need tons of gear before starting, and using rentals can actually teach you to adapt, which ultimately will make you a stronger diver, because you never want to be in a situation where you can only dive with your gear in case something goes wrong, and that's the reason you're held back from an awesome dive. Not showing up with it all can also let you test a lot of gear through the Divemaster program and learn what you actually want to use versus making a big financial commitment before going. Tip number 7 is to then take your time. One of the biggest wins was the sheer amount of practice I got. If you can afford it, because it is of course expensive to stay longer, take as much time as you can, don't rush it. I saw some dive masters that rush just trying to kind of like check it off and squeezing it into their travels. You don't get to be in that sort of trainee position very often through sort of the diving career or through your professional life. So just soak it up, go slow, stay as long as you can, log as many dives as you can before you have to leave and wrap up and pay for dives somewhere else. Tip number 8 is to ask questions and stay humble. Ask everything. The Divemaster is a course. It isn't about showing off. No one's expecting you to know everything. It's a position where you're learning and training. After you graduate, you will have all of this awesome knowledge, but stay humble because the ocean changes constantly. No two dives are the same. It's really good to be mindful of how much variety there is within the dive industry. So even though you have a good amount of experience now, know that there is so many niches and ways to go in diving. Have a good attitude about that. Being a dive master or being a pro doesn't make you better than anyone, as much as maybe that might hurt some people to hear. Tip number 9 is to learn from the locals. The local crew know the reef, the currents, the wildlife so well. Even though sometimes there can be perhaps like a language barrier, it is just a huge miss to not talk to them about what they have seen, understand, etc. Of course, lots of expats that move to different places have experience as well, but I really, really, really emphasize if you're in a place with that local knowledge, absorb it and take big advantage of that. Okay, tip 10, I'm like a little scared to say this and people maybe will come at me, but I'm a huge fan of prioritizing diving over parties. Now, in a lot of these dive master locations, you're on an island. There's a good chance there's going to be an awesome social life on this island as well. I would say you're at a loss if you spend this time focusing more on the social part and less on the diving. From what I've seen, no one feels good the next day if they're overtired, dehydrated, etc. So really my recommendation would be get your sleep, stay social, meet people, but go home, chill out. It's exhausting, so just make sure you're mentally and physically ready for the next day. Not trying to suggest that a bin tank from time to time isn't okay, but I think you guys know what I mean. And bonus tip, make the most of it, and above all else, just have the best time. Stay curious, dive as much as you can, and soak up this awesome experience. It can really change your life. I know it did for me. If you're interested in seeing a little bit more in terms of what the day in, day out looks like, I have 2 videos, part 1 and part 2, on the Divemaster program, how it impacted my life. And if you are of course thinking about this and have some questions, do not hesitate to comment below as well. To those of you that are watching and are maybe experienced, you've done the Divemaster yourself, I would love to hear your recommendations in the comments too, for those that are thinking about it. I'm sure I didn't get all of them today. Coming up next, we're gonna be heading to Socorro, and I'm finally gonna be recapping what it is like to do a liveaboard. See you again soon. Thanks so much for watching.